The question from the thing that you said, I understand that you're gonna fight till the death. You're gonna give your everything, come in there to fight. Did you do the same in Hermes match, or is it because you were 4-0 and then you didn't think that it was needed?
For Hermes match,
Because probably he's thinking that once you are stopped, you will not have the heart to fight as much as you can.
no, I no problem with stop match and hard.
Yeah.
But that day, I have problem. Yes.
Is it because of the air?
Yeah, I have problem, and Hermes too have problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, I will tell you something.
And when
According to the rules, you need to come to the table after, the match stop, foul or whatever. But he was there, but Hermes also was barely breathing, in his corner.
Crazy match.
Yeah.
Crazy match.
And when I winning 4-0, I know I winning match.
Yeah.
And I sit and I feel very bad. Like and I see Hermes too feel very bad. And that moment I take in myself because I winning and I can stop that match.
Yeah.
If Hermes stop match, he's losing and stop match.
Yeah. I
And
understand.
I take on myself because maybe something bad.
The question, if it was 3-0, would you continue?
Roger?
If it wasn't 4-0 but 3-0,
Yeah.
would you continue?
Yeah. 100%.
You would get up and continue. Okay. So you are not a quitter. You didn't pull because somebody needs to stop.
Why risk?
Why risk? Okay, I
yeah.
understand. Yeah. But if it is 3-0, you would take the risk.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, that's what I try to understand. So you will not have an opponent. You will not have an opponent who will quit if it is a tough match.
We will see. We will see. Words can be very powerful.
You think you will quit?
I think that you can win and you can make the other person submit. You can. You can. It's possible. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do. But it's very powerful. It's very powerful. And I would say that it is not impossible. It is not impossible. It's easy to say you won't quit. I've had a lot of people say that they won't quit. And they do. They do. Because it's
not Gennady.
Let me tell you something. Gennady was on his way to quitting round one. He was on his way. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm very happy about the match with Gennady. I am very happy about it. But he was in a lot of trouble that round one. He was in a lot of trouble.
Do you think this guy has bad endurance? That's what happened with the Hermes match, or it was because of his weight and maybe there wasn't enough oxygen in the room? What do you think? How was yours? Because I have seen the same guy pulling against Gennady almost a minute-long match and in hook, and after a war, and after Gennady was hyped, he was like,
I've seen it too.
Ohana, and then he still won.
Yep.
So it means that this guy has
And
capacity.
And after I winning tournament, it is not final match.
But it was semi-final.
Yeah. I've seen all those things.
No?
No.
It wasn't semi-final?
In final, I beat Gennady. In final, we meet
Yeah.
in qualification.
The qualification match was the later or early?
Later.
The hard match happened at the beginning of the tournament.
In final, I winning easy.
No. What I mean, the tough match, hard match.
Yeah.
In the qualification,
Yeah.
was it early or late? Because it cannot be first round, because two Georgians cannot pull first round. But maybe
I remember one I beat some other guy, and after
Gennady match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's your second match. So after that match, you still beat other people.
yeah.
Okay, I understand. So basically, he's endurance maybe in that match wasn't good, but his endurance, if he is in his weight is good, low.
You know, I didn't actually see the endurance problem in the Hermes match. I don't think that was actually the problem. To me, when I look at that match, for me, I saw every time you come back to the table, you were strong. You were strong, but you got yourself into a problem. In one of the rounds, you try to beat him without a strap, and you didn't have good control, and you try and come, and it wasn't perfect for your wrist. And then the other thing that I saw was you were having a hard time. You got great position, your top row was good, but you were having a hard time transitioning that day. That day, for some reason, it's like you weren't all together. That day, your top row was good, but you couldn't advance. You were getting stuck, and it's like I don't know. You weren't able to flow through the technical options as well as I've seen. Your top row was great, and your endurance wasn't a problem. Every time you come back to the table, you're strong again. But it's just you weren't able to move through things in a stopped match the way I've seen you.
Problem is been my weight, and that my head is too big.
You had so much water.
Yeah.
And I have the same problem all the
I
time.
like
Yeah,
this.
so I understand what it's like. Yeah.
He has the same problem.
Same problem.
Because he's so big.
Yeah. No, I get it, Levan. I understand. I have the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you believe that there are different type of endurance? Like, I believe
But
that there are.
but
Go ahead.
Hermes is really very strong.
Yes, he is very strong.
I
think
feel
you couldn't
he's-
control his pronator, I think.
I feel his wrist and fingers cannot,
Yeah, but his
but
arm,
here is fucking strong.
he kept your wrist straight. You couldn't really control, but more like take his hand or pronator. Do you believe that there are like two different type of endurance? The endurance of matches, many matches, and endurance within the match. Like Georgi, all 6 rounds, he had the endurance enough to put you the same exact position almost. But within the match, when he couldn't finish it, he got tired and you beat him. So within the match, your endurance was better, but more match endurance, many matches endurance. So same with the Levan. Every round he was able to do the same thing. But as you said, like maybe there was a technical thing that, in my opinion, like, do you realize that Hermes started every match with back pressure, and then later he protected his pronator, and then he went here. Round 3, when he stopped you, and you got fouled, in the restart, he wanted to do directly this, but he didn't do this, and then you just beat him so easy. But whenever he does that, the back pressure, keep your wrist flat, like straight, not this, and then he kind of stopped you at that point. And then I think the buckle also played a role, because even the round 3 wasn't that easy within the match, the early starts. Round 4, he still won easy when the buckle was on Hermes's hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure there's different types of endurance. I don't think Levan has an endurance issue. Not that I've seen in his career. I haven't seen it. Some guys get gassed out in matches. Some guys, if you stop them, they're done. I haven't seen that be the case with Levan. Some guys, when they have a hard match, they can't recover between rounds.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that with Levan. And those are the two big things in arm wrestling: anaerobic and anaerobic recovery. How long can you go like without oxygen, and how long can you go? How long and how fast can you recover that energy system? So those are good. I mean, arm wrestling endurance is not aerobic so much. It's not so much. Yeah, there is aerobic endurance over the course. Like when you talk about a match being maybe 20, 25 minutes, that for sure starts to come into play. Like for sure your aerobic capacity starts to be in there, but it's not as important. Yeah.
Yeah, like yesterday when you guys pulled more than 1 minute, it was almost the same exact position for like a minute, except that the finger climbing up. Whenever I saw Vitali versus Gatalo, same exact position. Whenever I saw Cherkasov pull in 8 minutes or 10 minutes with Daniel Prokopchuk, I thought that like it was frozen, the thing, like nothing was moving there. You know, it just that was totally static endurance, whatever. I remember. But you are saying that you said many times that once you stop this guy, he will not have the endurance to.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, against me is different. Against me, it'll be difficult. I mean, endurance, like you can have a very good endurance, and I don't think that people should ever get too excited about endurance because it's normally not the thing that wins the match. It has to be very close for endurance to make a difference, you know.
You need to be strong.
You have to be strong.
Balance the match first.
You have to be strong. You have to be a good arm wrestler. These are the most important things.
You remember you said that, like, how long do you need to stop this guy so that people will say that, like, yeah, and like you to hold him if you are dominant and waiting, and is different than you try to go but cannot go. The guy stop you. So that is the type of endurance that I'm curious. If he stops you with his power, how that match will go. That's just what I am curious.
I think it is will be long match.
Long match. And then just say that it is a long match, took 1 minute, and then you both come back to the table. Who will be exhausted?
We will see.
We'll see. Huh?